All right, so today we are here at Ellie's Harbour and we're doing a cleanup for Greenrock alongside KBB and different representatives from other environmental organizations. So what I think about the cleanup is that I think it's really crucial that, especially in Bermuda, that we start cleaning up our areas and cleaning up our beaches, especially because marine debris is such a crucial problem in the whole realm of climate change. And it's really infuriating to see so much trash here because this is our nature and people are using nature as basically a garbage can right now, and that just isn't acceptable. We want to keep nature beautiful and clean for the rest of our generations, and so that's why we're out here today, to be able to kind of repair the damage that we've done and spark conversation on what we can do in the future.
So along the roadside, you get the usual car parts. I mean, this is like, surely you could clean this up and use it. I think that's a Toyota. I don't know, so if anyone needs a spare Toyota, you know where to come. Not quite sure what this is. If anybody quite knows, then yeah, let us know. That would be fantastic to know. Oof. But in amongst the usual car parts and bike parts, we always find lots of bottles, lots of plastic, but it's a lot of bottles. And I feel like maybe people are driving along and throwing them out the window. I'm not quite sure where all these bottles come from. Some of the bottles I've found are quite old, so I've actually cleaned them up and I have them on display around my house just to remind me. So either way, never ceases to amaze me what I find on my Womble travels. So I'm excited to see what my friends have found as well, because as we know, the ocean has all the hidden treasures. So I'm going to go off now and see what my friends are up to.
So I think, a lot of the big stuff that we're seeing here, like an old punt and, rope, things like that, buckets, you'd expect to see on the shoreline. We've had a lot of storm activity. It doesn't surprise me, although it's not great to see, but I think if you look a little closer, there's even more, than meets the eye initially. And that's the scary part, is there are so many microplastics, ropes, octopus traps, a lot of that not being local. And then local-wise, there's broken bottles, there's boat parts, we've seen boat engines. There really just is so much more here than I was ever imagining. And a lot of it is like tiny now, broken down bits of plastic that are in the seaweed and in the sand and in now part of our coastline. And it's pretty upsetting to see. And we can pull all this stuff out, but the fact is that those microplastics are really here to stay. And we got to be really careful about how we treat our coastlines. When I do a lot of my paddles around Bermuda, I see a lot of stuff that we've left, just, people that have been fishing on the rocks or maybe have been to the beach and left their picnic stuff out. So there is a lot that we can do locally just to prevent that sort of stuff from going in, like plastic bags and bait stuffs, bait bags, bait boxes, fishing line, fishing tackle, even picnic stuff, beer bottles, bags of lunch. And all that stuff, we can do something about that, and we should do something about it. And it's time to start now, because, you look at this coastline right now, take a look around you. It can't take much more of this. And how much trash is here?
20.
How much trash is here? Is there a little bit or a lot?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
What is it?
289.
289. Wow.
And is it good for turtles and fish and
No.
sea creatures?
No.
And what should we tell people to do with their trash?
Yeah.
So this just illustrates what we're finding on our beaches all the time. This is not local litter. This is actually international litter. It's part of the Great Atlantic Garbage Patch. And you can see most of it is fishing debris. This is all the rope that we've just found just now, and there's still more. These are octopus pot traps from Morocco that we're tracking and trying to change fishing practices.
Yeah, it's pretty alarming, all the things that we're finding on the beach. A lot of the stuff is coming from overseas, and I guess for those things, we don't have direct control over it. However, there's a lot of things that we do have complete control over that are totally unnecessary. We just need to be a whole lot more mindful about our behavior. And just simple things like just making sure that we take responsibility for our own trash. There's absolutely no need for us to find bottles, whether it be beer bottles or wine bottles. There's no need to be finding containers. You know, people who have boats and have ropes and things of that nature, like, you know, it's just be mindful of the things you earn. You know, what happens unfortunately is that you get areas that start to get littered, and then people feel justified about like adding to that litter since there's other litter there. And what we actually need is the reverse of people who actually see areas like that and are willing to clean it up to make sure that they stay clean. You know, Bermuda is known for its beauty, and right now this waste is a huge threat to the mere fabric of our community, to the thing that makes Bermuda attractive to people all around the world. So it's very important for us to be mindful, and not just about helping with cleanups, because all that is important, that we do that, but it's more important for us to look at our own behaviors and figure out like how we can reduce waste individually, and how we can reduce waste in our homes and with everything that we do, right down to the things we choose to buy, to the way we deal with the trash that we actually generate. So we have a great opportunity. It's a huge challenge that's in front of us. Are we going to rise to it, or do we allow it to overcome us? I hope we rise. We have a lot of potential. I'm thankful for everyone who's come and helped out today, and hopefully we can do a lot more in the future that inspires others to get involved. Give thanks.